All right, good morning, everyone. As most of you know, I'm Colonel Gary Keck. I'm the Director of the Press Office, and I'm moderating today for Mr. Whitman. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you today from Iraq, Colonel Charlie Flynn, Commander of the 1st Brigade, 82nd Airborne Division. And he's been in Iraq since July of last year, so he's been there a while. Colonel Flynn and his brigade were initially responsible for theater security operations in southern, central, and western Iraq, but in April they reorganized and shifted focus to partnering with Iraqi security forces and providing overwatch to 3 southern Iraqi provinces. This is the second time with us in this forum, and he's coming to us from Contingency Operating Base Adder at Talil Air Base. So with that, let me turn it over to Charlie for opening comments. Over to you, Charlie.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning. As stated, I'm Colonel Charlie Flynn, the commander of 1st Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division, based out of Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And this is the brigade's 4th combat rotation with 2 each to Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm sure you've been following the events unfolding these past 10 days in southern Iraq and in Amara with keen interest. 1st Brigade has played a supporting role in advising and assisting this Iraqi planned and led operation, and I'll be happy to discuss that with you today. I would like to first start, however, by painting a picture of our operational environment from when I last spoke to you in January and compare that to what it looks like on the ground now. The operation in Amara Bashira al-Salam is a clear sign of the development and professionalism of the Iraqi forces and will only serve as a model of transformation occurring in the government of Iraq, the Iraqi security forces, and our area here in southern Iraq. Since I last spoke to you, several transitions have occurred throughout our task force. In April, Task Force Devil reorganized forces. As a result of the reorganization, our brigade focus shifted to partnering with the Iraqi security forces and cultivating a unity of effort with provincial governments to create long-term Iraqi self-reliance. The focus of our partnership has been on the Army and police. We've done this through combined patrols, intelligence sharing, and the use of joint security stations, which have benefited the area. Maximizing the use of combat outposts and joint security stations has allowed us to live amongst our neighbors, fostering those essential relationships provided by the security forces and the people of the local area. This unity of effort has increased the capability and capacities of the Iraqi forces and continued for downward attack trends. In light of recent events in Maysan province, security in southern Iraq can be assessed overall as stable, dotted with occasional periods of tension. These periods of tension are due to intra-Shia clashes. These clashes have been the workings of jammed special groups and local criminals. All of these groups have casual attitudes towards violence. This attitude has backfired and they've lost significant support from the population due to their careless actions. A concern remains with special groups and the spikes of violence they perpetrate for their convenience. While they are disruptive, they will not disable the government of Iraq. Special groups and criminals seek to drive a wedge between political progress and the population. As such, they'll attack Iraqi forces, coalition forces, and civilian aid organizations just to make their point. In an effort to eliminate these malign groups and extremists, Iraqi forces and government officials have stepped up and assumed active roles against these threats. Specifically in Amara, we've seen tribal leaders and citizens actively engage the Iraqi forces to enforce the rule of law. They've provided valuable information on the location of weapons caches and criminals. During a 4-day amnesty period before operations began, tips produced caches, 2 of which resulted in over 200 artillery rounds, 51 anti-tank mines, and 44 mortars. Thursday, June 19th, officially started clearing operations within the city of Amara. The local populace was hesitant to come out of their homes at first, but by mid-morning the people began greeting the Iraqi forces in the streets, displaying a positive attitude about the government of Iraq taking care of the city and creating a safer environment to call home. Over the next couple of days, the Iraqi security forces discovered caches and detained over 100 special groups and related criminals. As you can see on the third slide in your packet, the Iraqi security forces found a significant amount of rockets, mortars, mines, and launchers. Operation Bashir al-Salam is a positive indication that the Iraqi forces are continuing to grow and develop, leading to increased confidence by the Iraqi people in their security forces. The people understand that special groups and outside influences are not in the best interests of their country. As the Iraqi army and police continue to clear the city and move to the outer villages to relentlessly pursue threats, the gained security and stability within the city of Omar will lead to further development of essential services. To start with, the Iraqi army delivered over 10,000 halal meals into 12 different neighborhoods. There was a huge turnout for the food, and it was gracefully received. The people of Omar are showing their support to the Iraqi police and army because they know they will not be abandoned. In the upcoming weeks, several programs are going to be initiated. First, the Community Transportation Improvement Team program, which is essentially a city public works or highway sanitation program. We have used this program before in Dakar, Muthana, and Maysan, or correction, in Basra, successfully, and it's worked very well. It creates